Drill 11. Slow motion backstroke swim. When swimming backstroke in slow motion, common faults are often emphasized and are more easily identified by the coach. Often, if a swimmer can swim with great technique when travelling slowly on backstroke, they are more likely to maintain the technique at speed. On this drill, all of the previous technique elements should be considered when coaching.
Upper trapezius smash. Firstly, hinge from the hips with a straight back until the hockey ball can be positioned into the upper trapezius located along the shoulder. The motion is a small forward and backward motion along the length of the muscle. A small oscillating or circular motion can also facilitate a more concentrated point of pressure. Although the trapezius does pass up and along the back of the neck, only working to the shoulders and upper back.
Seated cervical with overpressure. Adopt a tall, long, spinal neutral sitting position. The chin is then tucked slightly to encourage a cervical neutral position with the head. The head is then rotated through to end range. Once at end range, the hand can apply gentle pressure to the chin to slightly increase the stretch. Suicide chair streamline. The trailing leg is raised to the rear with the lower leg resting against the bench. The knee of the trailing leg is placed directly alongside the bench. The leading leg steps through to the outside of the hand on the same side. To increase the intensity of the stretch, the swimmer raises the trunk upright with arms being placed overhead into streamline. Bent over shoulder hip dissociation. Whilst maintaining a neutral spine, hinge from the hip until the trunk is almost parallel to the floor. While maintaining hip position with relation to the floor, fully rotate the shoulders with as little resistance as possible from the hips and head. The hips and head are held in a neutral position during this movement. The feet are positioned hip to shoulder width apart, knees slightly pushed out and back to maintain tension within the hamstrings and glutes. The spine is maintained in a long, neutral position. Presser position, trunk rotation. In a 4-point presser position, adopt a strong neutral spine with shoulders and hips parallel to the ground. Hands directly under the shoulders, feet in line with hips. Weight passing back through the heels. Fully rotate the trunk to one side without compromising the neutral position of the hips and head. This wants to be done with a slow tempo under control. Boat pose lowers. Begin in a seated position, using hands for balance. The legs are raised from the floor and the lower legs are set at parallel to the floor. Under control, roll the spine towards the floor while simultaneously lowering the legs under control. Without losing midline tension, lightly touch the floor and as slowly as possible return to the starting position. This movement, both during the ascent and the descent, needs to be done slowly and with control.
At the bottom position, the lower back should be in contact with the floor.